What's going on, folks? It's Kspadetheprospect back tonight with some NBA 2K14 gameplay for you guys to watch, but we're going to discuss my much anticipated NBA 2K15 My Crew wish list. I really wanted to give you guys some crew footage to watch. I searched high and low on my hard drive. Apparently, I am completely out of crew footage. I did not want to give you guys parks footage, and to be honest, it really kind of irks me when people even compare parks to crew. They're nothing alike. The only similarities is the fact that you're controlling your mod player. So right now, the closest thing to crew mode we have in NBA 2K14 is team up. That's the closest thing to crew. So I tried to record some team up footage for you guys. I jumped in a game. People was being kicked out one by one. Finally, at halftime, it shut everybody down. I got in another one that didn't last 2 minutes in the first quarter before it shut everyone down. So I decided to do something I never do. I just went into an online head-to-head quick match. Got into a game. It didn't take long in that game before everyone got kicked out of it. I searched for another one. I got the same opponent. We ran the same teams, and we actually had a pretty competitive game. So that's the backdrop that you guys be watching while I'm wishing upon a fallen star for crew mode. So let's jump right into it. Is my crew mode going to return for NBA 2K15? I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't been given any hints yes or any hints no. There's been no indication one way or the other. Do I think it's coming back in NBA 2K15? I think it's safer for me to say no. I mean, every year I kind of optimistically think it's coming back, and it kind of doesn't. So I'm going to say I don't think it's coming back. The next obvious question is, Spade, if you don't think it's coming back, why are you doing a wish list for it? I don't know. That's that little part of me that's still hoping it is. And even if it's not coming back in 2K15, maybe it's coming back sometimes. Right now, I'm afraid it's coming back on the 38th day in the month of February, but I'm hoping it's coming back. All right. So before I get into the wish list, let me say this one thing. Basketball video games have been around for a while. I think the first video game for basketball I played was Double Dribble. It was very entertaining for its time. But if you look at this game and you look at Double Dribble, the genre has advanced so far that you almost feel selfish for asking for more. And in saying that, I want you guys to know that I can make a wish list every day and I can talk about things I don't like in 2K, but don't confuse that for me saying that I don't like the game or that the game is not fun. The game is fun, which makes the few things that's wrong with the game that much more frustrating because it's a really good game. And sometimes some of these little quirks in the game, they just frustrate you. So let's get into it, folks. Crew mode, if it returns, the first thing I want to say is it can't return like it left in NBA 2K11. I mean, you can't freeze yourself for 4 or 5 years and just get out the frozen pod and walk around in your cross colors or your, you know what I'm saying, whatever was hot back then. That's not going to be hot anymore. So first, let me make sure 2K knows you can't bring it back like it was in 2K11. The times have changed. That's not going to be hot anymore. So here I am. I'm going to give you guys my ideas of what I feel like will make it hot. Like I said in some earlier videos, I'm going to start with the obvious. The controls, the movements are going to have to be more fluid. As it is right now, it'll be pretty much impossible to guard anyone one-on-one. And it's going to make for some pretty awkward and pretty frustrating crew games if you can't play defense, which I feel like you kind of can't. The next thing, which might be a bigger obstacle than the movement, is the servers. I knew the servers was bad, but it took me trying to record some team up for me to really understand just how bad it was. I didn't know if people were quitting or just being kicked out until it just finally told me there were no players remaining in the game, and then it was apparent that we all got kicked out. As it is set right now, I don't think the servers are strong enough to handle crew. And that's crazy because somebody's going to say, but wait a minute, Spade, we can get 100 my players on the park. And you can, but I don't know if it's just me. Maybe I'm just unlucky. But when I go to the park, I still have connection issues. If I get my team there, we're on a win streak. After every game, we're crossing our fingers that everybody's still there. And very seldomly is everyone still there. I've even seen situations where we're in the game and somebody is in a game, but not my game. But their play is weird. I can't even explain it. So the servers are going to have to take a giant leap forward. And I think, in all honesty, that could be the biggest obstacle for 2K. I think they can fix the movement. I don't think movement was always this bad, so they could just go back to what was working. But the servers have been kind of weak for a minute now. That's going to be a big obstacle. Like I said, this thing, it should move forward. So in moving forward, this is something I've said before, but I feel like your My Player should be an online My Player only. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want to play a My Player mode, I think you should have a player for that as well, but I don't think they should be one and the same. Let's take Call of Duty, for instance. When you go online with Call of Duty, you got a guy who's ranked 1. He don't have many weapons unlocked, if any at all, and it takes actual experience of you playing online to unlock things. I think that would be great for this mode. Maybe make everyone start as a rank 75 skill level. Maybe even lower, maybe a 70, hell, maybe a 60, I don't know, 65. I mean, we could get the number later, but the point is, I want everyone to start at the same place, and I want it to require online gameplay to get that guy better. Not swiping your credit card, not playing like you're sick, missing a couple of days of school, and going through a whole 82 game season in your My career. Actual online gameplay. I think that's the future. Another thing that could be the future is an infusion of my crew and my team. Now, wait a minute. I'm not talking packs and all that other stuff. Give me a minute. But I like the way in my team you can earn my team points. It would be dope to earn my crew points that you could spend on certain coaches that'll give your team a boost, or SIG skills. Maybe our online players that have no SIG skills, and you got to unlock them and then make a decision as a team. Okay, I got Deadeye. This suits so-and-so better. He's the shooter of the team. Let's give Deadeye to him. We got Bruiser. This fits Q better. Let's throw that to Q. I think that'd be dope. I've said this before as well, but different levels of customization, a full-on customization. I think EA Sports really nailed customization with Team Builder. I don't know if you guys have ever tried that. It's a mode that they used to have. Well, it's not a mode, but it was a creation tool for NCAA football. And it was so expansive that it wasn't even on the game. You had to go to a website, but you could create your team. You could choose any colors you wanted. You could mix up different kinds of helmets and jerseys and pants. They had a crap load of logos on the website, or you could upload a custom logo that you had around the house, that you found on the internet, that you drew by hand, whatever. And I think that'd be dope. But in fixing it in and mixing it in with what I'm saying about the points, maybe unlock it in levels. You know, maybe in the first level you got, I don't know, 10 logos. When you get to another level, you get 20 logos. When you get it to the top level, you can upload your own logo. These things would really make the mode great. It would make it last longer. I don't know. As I'm talking about this, maybe the fear is that if you bring that back, people might not buy the new one. That would be dope. I mean, well, you know how y'all do it. Y'all will just shut the servers off and make us go buy the new one, but that would be dope. Let's move forward. I haven't said this, but it should be said that I'm talking about the traditional format of having current NBA teams as your base roster. Not legend teams, not fictitious teams, current NBA teams. I'm talking indoors, full court, a court that's not too tiny for players to play on, with referees, with all rules, with a clock, a shot clock, all of that stuff, just like it used to be. It needs to be where if a player is injured in real life, that player is not available on the game. But here's something that will be new moving forward. The ability for your My player to get hurt in a crew game. What if you started with your My player, he went down with an injury, he couldn't finish the game, and you had to finish the game as D-Wade? That would be dope. That would just add a whole nother level of competition to it. I really feel like that's the thing. Leaderboards was there in the past. Leaderboards need to return, but they need to return with more information. Even if it's not viewable on the game, you should be able to go to the website. I want to see that win-loss record. I want to see which member on the team has the best field goal percentage, the best three-point percentage, the best free throw percentage. I want to be able to see all of this for my opponent. I want to study my opponent inside and out. This one probably won't be a popular opinion with a lot of folks here, but another thing I want to say is instead of it being 2 users like it used to be, you only needed 2 users, you could have 3 CPUs. I think you should have at least 3 users. I got my reasons for that. I could try to go into explaining it some people gonna dig it, some people not. I'm not even gonna waste the time with it, but I feel like having 3 users still makes it a challenge. Sometimes having 2 users really made it easier because, you know, it was just, you knew what another person was gonna do. The more users you add, the more chaos it could be if you're not a well-oiled machine. So I say 3 users are better. You should be able to use your NBA teammates. You shouldn't have to have 5. And the last thing I want to say before this thing ends up is the ability of private lobbies are not only wanted, but I say really needed. 2K has been talking about esports a lot here lately, and what better way for esports to really hit a full impact than with crew mode? I mean, if the COD guys can get their 6 member teams in all these rooms and have these LAN battles, why not get a room full of crew heads 5-on-5 in LAN matches and let us just go at it MLG style? I really think that's the future for crew mode. These are some ideas that I feel like would not only return the mode, but return the mode with a bang. So hopefully these ideas fall on the ears of somebody at 2K. Hopefully they come back. And if they come back, you guys already know where I'll be out there making it rain. So that's all I got for this one, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.